Welcome to another Wicked Website Wednesdays with me, Chris Davidson, and today's topic is the Worldwide Speakers Digital Footprint Survey, the 2020 edition of which has just been updated on the Speaker Business Builder website. If you go to speakerbusinessbuilder.com, click on Research, that will take you to the library where you can find this year's report. You will also find a free synopsis, and you can download that synopsis in addition to looking at this video. It would be worth your while doing that, in fact. Now, the report itself is quite extensive. It's 50, 60 odd pages, crammed with analysis of over 1,100 websites across 9 countries. There is a lot of detailed information here, so if you're a professional speaker, you will want to get your hands on this report. If you're not a professional speaker, however, you still live in the CATS community, consultants, authors, trainers, speakers, then I would expect that a lot of the information in the report is immediately applicable and transferable to your environment. Okay, let's go through a quick review of the report and look at what the report analysed. We analysed over 1,100 websites across a number of criteria. Half a dozen of them are shown here. There are 2 main categories of criteria. To the left of this dividing line I've just put in, and to the right. The 2 criteria to the left are what I call skeletal criteria. They refer to what I call the skeleton of the website. You just need to fix them once, and when you fix them, that's it. They're done. Done for life. You don't need to look at it again. Everything else on the right-hand side of that dividing line needs to be looked at continuously. Okay, let's start on the left here with those skeletal functions. The secure site, SSL, HTTPS, and mobile responsiveness. HTTPS. The story is about 50-50 actually. So 52% versus 48%. %, have HTTPS installed, but there's 48% that have some work to do. Now, if you look at the full analysis in the main report, that actually breaks down even more. The 2 biggest countries contributing to the report, the USA and the UK, 35% each in the survey population. The situation in the USA was considerably worse than this, and the situation in the UK considerably better. So although this is the average result, actually, if you look at it on a per country basis, you get some significantly different stats coming through. So broadly speaking, half of us have got some work to do here and half of us haven't. Is this significant? Yes, it is. Since 2014, Google has been encouraging us to implement HTTPS to keep everybody safe on the web. And they've been dangling a carrot in front of us saying, look, if you implement HTTPS, we'll give you a minor ranking boost. Why wouldn't you do that? And they have reserved the right to make that ranking boost more important in future. Nobody knows whether they've done that or not, but I'm pretty sure they will have done. Now, Google, Chrome, and also Firefox will mark your HTTP website as not secure. Do you really want visitors to come to your business on the web, your website, and see an insecure website? Something that is being advertised by a third party, Firefox or Google, the browser that is taking them to your website, saying, hang on a minute, this is not a secure place. You sure you want to go there? I would not want my website called out in that manner. I'm sure you don't either. So please, if you are in this 48%, get SSL installed on your website. That is the #1 job to do. There is another video in this series that talks about that some more, so please watch that video as well. Okay, Mobile responsiveness, actually a much better story on mobile responsiveness. Basically comes down to 3/4 versus 1/4. 76% are okay. And so we have 24% here with some work to do. Not as bad as for SSL. However, this result also is different across the UK and the USA. The situation in the USA is not as good, and the situation in the UK is much better. So again, there is some work to do here. Not as serious as this, but do remember, please, for mobile responsiveness, that Google's mobile first index is going to be implemented fully across all sites from September 2020. Again, there is another video in this series, so please watch that as well. So these are two important points where people have work to do, but don't panic, because once you've done that work, you've basically done that work. It's done, finished. You don't have to keep coming back to it all the time. So put some energy in there. If you're in the red, put some energy in, put some effort in, get it boxed off, and then you can relax. Job done. Now let's look at the other results. I'm going to go over to blogs now. We looked at the size of blogs on all of these more than 1,100 websites. We looked at the size of blogs, and we looked at the frequency with which those blogs were updated. Why is this significant? It's significant because it tells us how seriously the owner takes the subject matter on his or her site. It gives us an idea as to the level of engagement that they have with their topic and potentially with their clients. So having a good, healthy blog is a good idea, and updating it frequently is a good idea, because all the search engines, Google, Yahoo, etc., all the search engines, Bing, all of them love a regular diet. So if you're updating your blog in a rather haphazard way every now and then when you feel like it, it's really not a good thing to do. You wouldn't treat your body like that. You wouldn't eat like that. That wouldn't be regarded a healthy diet. So it's not a healthy diet for your blog either. Now, we did a lot of analysis on the size of blogs and a lot of analysis on the frequency of updates. So these two charts I'm about to draw up for you are just a summary, okay? If you want the detail, then you need to go to the main report. But broadly speaking, on blog size, we can say it's roughly 50-50. 47% are doing quite well, and 53% have some work to do. So roughly 50-50. So that 53% basically saying there isn't a blog, or there's a blog with a very small number of posts. Frequency of update. That's really, instead of 50-50, that's more 2/3, 1/3. So frequency of update, we've got about 35% thereabouts who are updating their blogs frequently. And we've got about 65% here that have either never updated their blog, or they've updated it in a very haphazard manner, very infrequently, so it's not really doing them a lot of good. Only 35% of people who have blogs are updating them at least monthly. That's basically this 1/3 of people here. So there really is quite a lot of work for everyone to get stuck into on blogs. Again, as I said at the beginning, these are professional speaker sites that we're looking at, but I wouldn't expect this to be any different for consultants, authors, trainers. If you want to get your site really visible to Google, so that Google really takes you seriously as an authority site and keeps coming back to you and indexing the site, then really there's nothing quite like having a regular diet feeding into the blog there. And of course, if the material that you're putting in there is search engine optimized, then so much the better. Okay, final topics, Google Analytics and Facebook Pixel. What are we looking at here? Google Analytics, we can report quite positively that about 2/3, it's actually 62%, thereabouts, have Google Analytics installed. Now, of course, that doesn't mean they're using it, but at least the product is there. And 38% of people don't have Google Analytics installed. Now, let's look at the detail here, because that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you are running a blog, a website on a content management system, then there's every chance that that content management system is going to supply you with some sort of traffic management functionality that would be based off the server logs. And because it's based off the server logs, it will be quite accurate, more accurate probably than Google Analytics. So these 38% that don't have Google Analytics installed may in fact be getting their traffic figures from somewhere else. And the 62% that do have Google Analytics installed aren't necessarily using it. So we can't necessarily infer too much from that piece of analysis, other than give some general advice that says, if you are using a content management system and they have a package available to you, please use it. If you are running a content management system, then install Google Analytics anyway. I would. Don't be worried if the reports provided by the traffic management system within the CMS are different from the reports you get from Google Analytics, because the two systems are measuring traffic from different sources. The content management system will be taking their traffic straight from the server logs, and Google Analytics isn't doing that. It's getting the traffic from elsewhere. So you wouldn't expect the two reports to line up, so don't be too concerned about that. If you do have Google Analytics installed, if you're one of the 62% that do have Google Analytics installed, please make sure you use it. Please make sure you use it. At least get some gross figures on the traffic arriving at your site, understanding where that traffic is coming from, understanding the pages that it goes to, understanding the search terms that are causing that traffic to arrive. That's good, solid, basic information that can help you when you come to put together blog posts. So these three are kind of connected in a way. Facebook Pixel. Now, sadly, the story here really is not a good one, I'm afraid. We barely get off the axis of the graph. %89% do not have the Facebook Pixel installed. There's this tiny little blue line at the bottom that ever since I've been doing these reports since 2017 has been around about constant at 10-11% that actually have the Facebook Pixel installed. I think this is a subject for another video. I need to make another video that is specific to Facebook Pixel, Twitter Pixels, and maybe the LinkedIn Insight tag as well. They're all broadly speaking the same thing, these pixels. Very few people are using it. Now, here's the point. The point is that the Facebook Pixel will give you information free. So you may as well have it. It's a bit like Google Analytics in that regard. It's free. So why not install it and use it? Now, even if you say, well, yeah, but you know, Chris, I'm not running any Facebook adverts. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is that if you're not running any Facebook adverts now, you might be running some Facebook adverts in the future. And the Facebook pixel retains information for 90 days before it overwrites. So even though you're not running any Facebook adverts now, if you have the Facebook pixel installed, you will be collecting information on the traffic between Facebook and your website, so that in, for example, 90 days time, 3 months from now, and you think, you know what, I think we need to do some Facebook adverts, then you've got 3 months worth of data that you can look at in terms of the interaction between Facebook and your website. If you don't have the Facebook pixel installed and you decide to start running Facebook adverts, you are starting from quite literally a blank sheet of paper, zero information. And that's not the best place to start from, especially when the Facebook pixel is free and that information is available to you. Sure, you need to open an ad account. Doesn't matter. They're not going to force you to do anything. You don't need to give them any credit cards or anything like that. Just go and get the pixel and make sure it's loaded onto your website. Okay, so quick review. SSL. Half of us out there don't have SSL. That's a big problem. If you're in the red here, get that fixed. If you're in the red on mobile, get that fixed. These are important points. SSL, Chrome and Firefox are marking your sites as insecure. Now, if you do not have HTTPS, Google's mobile first index will be rolled out completely from September this year. So get that fixed. Blogs are great for getting traffic to the site, building an authority site. Blogs are great. Few people are doing blogging properly, so there is a wonderful opportunity for you to get stuck into blogs on a serious basis and really get your site ranked as an authority site. Google Analytics can help you do that by telling you more about your traffic. Get the Facebook pixel installed so that you're building up a database of information about the relationship between your Facebook visitors and your website visitors. That is a quick summary of the Worldwide Speakers Digital Footprint Survey. It's been running since 2017 and the 2020 edition has just been uploaded to the website. That is speakerbusinessbuilder.com/research is the library where you will find the report. The full report itself is extensive and a lot of work goes into it every year. So we do have to charge for the full report, but there is a free synopsis and you're very welcome to download that, and I hope that will be useful to you as well. If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so and click on the little bell to make sure that you get notified of future Wicked Web Wednesdays when they come along. It's been wonderful to have you with me on today's video, and I look forward to making another one for you and all further videos in the future. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Cheerio. Bye bye now.